gained since Martin marched? Peace and love have triumphed over hate. Nonviolence dismantled the power of the violent state. Strength and discipline cleared the hearts of men. The barriers of segregation destroyed from within. The president may have been black, but the bruises on the brutalized black bodies are as blue as the wave of the rising tide that swept and crashed. What good if only a select few boats are to rise, while the others are dashed, shackled and chained beneath the waves? How can we speak of change? The growth we measure is still in first, while we thirst for a cup large enough for all brethren to share. How can we celebrate when black lives gain worth only when white power loses value? He showed us all lives matter equally if we could look beyond our skin. Hope and opportunity, collective accountability, a promise to our kin. Don't be a victim of life and circumstance. Rise above your pain, reject that old song and dance. That pain was washed away, but for the call of Washington. We'll change the game, all right, because for whose peace must we continue to suffer and swallow torture for this decease? On whose hands is the price of the blood spilled to take our lands? On whose belt lies the gun used to rob us of all of our wealth? On whose head lies the weight of the strange fruit hanging dead in the same gardens, streets, communities, locked by Jim Crow to deny black men the shade of those trees? I do not ask for rage and death, but I ask why it is that when we get upset, it is we who must show respect to the man who dealt the blow. I do not ask for retribution, but when we rise against the institution, we do not get respect or restitution, but ridicule and dismissal. How many more names must be said? How many coffins filled with lead spit from the fiery mouths and arms of men and women who seek only to harm black bodies for what they represent? Black bodies who leave behind only resentment, a sentiment that cannot reach the system that props itself up on our success. Though I fear that our distinction may be at loss as our culture loses its gloss, the violence and hatred to glamorize, feeding young boys to idolize men who have lost their way, absence felt throughout their day of the men before them. Our culture, the carrion upon which the committee will continue to feed to sustain the appetite for appropriation while demonizing its creators. And how many more suits must our people be buried before the price of the cloth has paid for the respect we are owed? Martin preached the content of our character, yet all that really matters is the context of the distorted Twitter character count, the number of bullet holes in the walls of our lives, and tell me how each was deserved. A lesson we must learn and teach: having opportunity does not erase accountability. So what have we gained since Martin marched?